Another buzzword that's been zipping around for some time now is gratitude and keeping a gratitude journal. So what's the deal? Is it something that actually works? I'm sure you give thanks every day, whether it's internally, spiritually, or to another person who's holding the door open for you. That's a form of practicing daily gratitude, right? So is it worth all the fuss and effort to keep like a physical gratitude journal? The answer is a resounding yes. In this video, I am going to share 6 ways to make your day-to-day life more fulfilling than ever by keeping a gratitude journal. And not just by writing whatever comes to mind. That's not what I mean by this. This might sound silly, but there is a right way to keep a gratitude journal. This is especially important during retirement when there's such an open space to structure your day. I cannot tell you how powerful this very simple practice actually is. And in case you'd like an intro, I am Cyn Meyer, and my mission is to help older adults just like you unlock your post-career passions and purpose so that you can make the most of your retirement years. I am a firm believer that when you share your gifts with the world during this specific time of retirement through your passions and your purpose, both you and the world are better off. I have the privilege of working with amazing older adults who have pivoted their retirement lives, and they've achieved and continue to achieve some of the most remarkable goals. And one thing that the top successful people have in common is this continued practice of gratitude every day. They do it daily. It's different for everyone, gratitude, but if you want a concrete, specific way to practice gratitude in your everyday life, this is a very powerful way to leverage the practice. Gratitude is a massive foundational piece to this type of fulfillment. No matter what stage of life you're in, it's easy to forget about all the positive things that happen in our lives. Heck, it's difficult to remember what we had for breakfast, right? But I cannot tell you how incredible it is to experience the tremendous benefits of physically writing down what you're grateful for consistently. That is the key. And if you want to get down to the nitty-gritty, research tells us that actually putting a pen to paper is a more complex motion than typing or simply thinking. And it stimulates the motor cortex in your brain, okay? This is a super similar effect of what happens in your brain when you meditate. In the same way, writing down your thoughts can be liberating, it can be therapeutic, and it helps you become more mindful and creative in the way that you express yourself, which is hugely important. So, without further ado, here are 6 tips for keeping a gratitude journal. These tips are easy, they're enjoyable, and they're super powerful. Number 1, you have to truly feel gratitude when you write. Invest in your feelings. So the joy of writing in a gratitude journal is not about blindly following instructions or writing it just because someone told you you should, or because it's now an official part of your morning routine even. It's about filling the pages with heartfelt emotions and thoughts that you truly feel grateful for. So commit yourself wholeheartedly to experiencing the emotions that come out while you write. For example, I have worked with several people who've been married to their spouses for over 30, 40, or even 60 years, which is amazing. But sometimes this creates a staleness in the relationship. And one thing that I always suggest when there's a rough patch in a marriage or a relationship, it's to focus on your gratitude journaling, focus that on your partner. As in, think back and remember and contemplate and actually feel the specific emotional things about your partner that you're grateful for. It's a total game changer. It can literally turn around any habitual negative attitude towards someone, even if it's resentment. Like, I know this from experience for both myself and the people that I help, the people that I get to help. And the reason that it works is it interrupts any negative thought or emotion, no matter how habitual that negative thought process is or no matter how stubborn it is. The reason why it works is because gratitude can only exist in the absence of emotions like fear and frustration. It is the clear opposite. So whether it's toward a person or a thing, being heartfelt and going for depth over breadth puts you in a place of truly benefiting from gratitude because you're not faking it. Another way to not fake it is tip number 2, be specific. The more specific and detailed you are when practicing gratitude, the more it will come across with clarity. And that adds to the authenticity and the depth of gratitude that you feel. Again, we're not doing this to fake it or just to go through the motions. We're doing it for a more vibrant and fulfilling day-to-day life. So for example, I'm grateful for my partner is more general, whereas something like, I'm grateful for my partner because they remembered to ask me about my first pottery class. And can you see how the second one, the more detailed version, lets you expand on that memory? He asked me about my first pottery class, and so I told him about this and that, and you continue the story, and you really feel and sit in the positive emotion of feeling supported, for instance, in this example, by your partner, instead of just jotting down less meaningful words with emotions that are more fleeting. Number 3, start small. If you're familiar with our other content, you know that I'm a super fan of micro steps. Okay, it's one of the biggest tools that we use in our program, and it happens to relate to tip number 3, which is start small. Begin by listing just 3 things that you're grateful for in your journal. This is the most effective way to build into your life this habit consistently, okay? Consistency is like the magic ingredient to basically everything. You know how you get super excited about like a new positive, healthy habit, but it only lasts like a few days? Like you're really good about it at the beginning and then boom, it's gone. We've all been there. And the reason why it doesn't work is it never had a chance to become a real, consistent, healthy habit and penetrate your daily life. It's the same idea as driving a stick shift, for example. So your car won't start in the 5th gear. You have to gradually increase the speed and shift gears upwards slowly. If you find that you can't stick to a daily habit of writing down 3 things, then scale it back. Focus on 1. I'd rather you do 2 minutes of gratitude every single day repetitively than 30 minutes once a week. And speaking of consistency, we have tip number 4. The easiest way to make something consistent is to keep it simple. Do not overcomplicate things because that becomes overwhelming and we are on the path to getting nowhere. We're so used to complaining and noticing the challenges in our life. I don't care if it's a long grocery store line, I don't care if it's not being able to find your keys, or like the annoying sounds your partner makes when they're chewing or something. In the same way that you can conjure up these annoyances by simple daily things, just simply shift your attention to equally as simple, positive things. So go back to the basics and be grateful for the simple, tiny things that didn't go wrong, the tiny things that are going well. Like the fact that you literally get to smell flowers in your garden when you're picking weeds, or if your partner makes you coffee in the morning, or even the smile like that you exchange with a stranger at the store. Like even if it seems silly to write about these moments, it is powerful. What's remarkable about this one is that as you write about these tiny things that may seem insignificant, the more consistently you keep up your gratitude journal, the more you'll start to appreciate these tiny moments throughout your day in real time. There's more depth, like in real time. So for me personally, it started off with me kind of like racking my brain to even remember small moments to be grateful for, like when I sat down to actually journal. And then after I kept it up over time, I kept repeating it every single day, I found myself taking mental notes of the tiny things to really appreciate and be grateful for throughout the day, just so it wasn't as much of like a memory struggle when I sat down to write my journal. And again, this is incredible. It's incredible how this literally rewires your brain the more you practice this. And number 5, another way to make gratitude journaling a more consistent habit is to set a time that's designated every single day, preferably in the morning. So I try to do it as soon as I wake up so that all of those positive thoughts truly like jumpstart my morning. It also helps me set my intention for the day, and it definitely sets the tone for my day. I actually feel the difference when I don't write in my gratitude journal. Like maybe I get caught up with helping the kids or something and I end up doing it in the afternoon. I feel the difference. Like my mood is different. I'm more mentally distracted by other things. It's not as intentional. And it doesn't have to be in the morning. You can also practice gratitude before bed so that it's the last thing on your mind before you doze off. So both work wonders as long as you make it a consistent, regular part of your daily routine. After it's become ingrained as a habit, which they say a habit takes 66 days to form, you'll realize that focusing on gratitude is just as important for your morning or your night routine as something like brushing your teeth. So if mornings don't work, just pick a time that works for you and stick to it. My broken record public service announcement is to consistently, daily, micro-step over everything, no matter how tiny it is each day. And number 6, last but not least, and I'll keep this one super simple because it is the most important tip on our list today. There's no right or wrong way. We've given you several tips, specific ones today, but do what works best for you. Just be sure to give it a truly authentic try as consistently as possible. So if this is resonating with you and you want to get started, we have made it super easy for you. We created a journal prompt template. It's a one-pager for you to download and it's free. Because trust me, procrastination is also something that I am hearing a ton about, especially among people who are transitioning into retirement. Okay, I'm hearing about procrastination over and over, and people often say they're waiting for the right time. And we all know that there's no right time to start anything positive in your life, and there's no right time to start a gratitude journal, even if you don't have one. So we want to make it very easy for you to kickstart this daily habit. Just download the simple journaling template right below this video. There's a link that you can click, and that's how serious we are about you giving this habit a consistent try. It can change everything, no matter what life stage that you are in. I remember when I first started, I was kind of doing it because, well, you know, I'm a life coach, I love personal development, and of course I wanted to practice what I preach. So at first it was just something I did, and I felt great right after I wrote my gratitude journal, but it really wasn't until I kept it up over months and months that I really felt the power of gratitude. I felt it penetrate my whole life in ways that I never could have imagined. It is an insanely effective mindfulness tool, and it really boosts your mood the more you keep it up. So please give it a try. Thank you for being proactive and learning something today just by digesting this video. It shows that you want to be the best version of you. And we need more people like you to help shift our culture to not only uproot ageism, but redefine what it means to be in retirement. So let us know in the comments what you are most grateful for right now, right here, today. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so that we can continue to create more helpful content for you. All of our content that we put out is based around practical tips that help older adults specifically unlock their unique passions and purpose so that they can contribute their unique gifts to the world and live a deeply satisfying retirement life. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.